And now, ladies and gentlemen, won't you please welcome Jeff Macauley.
What you're feeling inside, all buried and boxed up inside. The love that you're feeling inside, the pity you're feeling inside. Society tells you stay cool, the shout you would let out, hold back. You're right now, but right now, hold back. Be practical, Jack, and hold back. You feel like you're busting inside, your heart's in a desperate divide. Hold back, let go, hold back, let go, hold back, let go, hold back, let go. Let the world know you're alive, let the world know you believe, let the world know you have love to give. Go tell it in the city, go tell it on the mountain, go tell it loud until they hear. Society tells you stay cool, the shout you would let out, hold back. You're right now, but right now, hold back. Be practical, Jack, and hold back. You feel like you're busting inside, your heart's in a desperate divide. Why, hold back? Why, hold back? Why, hold back? Why? Let go, let the world know you're alive, let the world know you believe, let the world know you have love to give. Go tell it in the city, go tell it on the mountain, go tell it loud until they hear. Why, hold back? The shout you would let out, why hold back? Let go! When you're gone and I'm all by myself and I need your caress, I just think of you, and the thought of you holding me near makes my loneliness soon disappear. Though you're far away, I have only to close my eyes and you are back to stay. I just close my eyes and the sadness that missing you brings soon is gone and this heart of mine sings. Yes, I love you so, and that for me is all I need to know. I will wait for you till the sun falls from out of the sky, for what else can I do? I will wait for you, meditating how sweet life will be when you come back to me. Someone to hold me tight, that would be very nice. Someone to love me right, that would be very nice. Someone to understand each little dream in me. Someone to take my hand, to be a team with me. Oh yes, that would be so nice. If one day I'd find someone who would take my hand and samba through life with me. Someone to cling to me, stay with me right or wrong. Someone to sing to me some little samba song. Someone to take my heart, then give his heart to me. Someone who's ready to give love a start with me. Oh yes, that would be so nice. Should it be you and me, I could see it would be nice. Oh yes, that would be so nice. Should it be you and me, I could see it would be. Should it be you and me, I could see it would be nice. Thank you. And welcome to It Was Me. And it will be, and continue to be all evening on bass, Mr. Jon Burr. And at the piano, those fingers don't lie, the man is a genius, Mr. Tex Arnold. Now those last two songs, Meditation and So Nice, have lyrics by Norman Gimbel. All the lyrics tonight will be by Norman Gimbel. You hear music from Charlap, Antonio Carlos Jobim, Charles Fox, Michel Legrand, but all the lyrics will be by Norman Gimbel. Now it's that first song, Let Go, that really got me into the lyrics of Norman Gimbel. I discovered it the way I find many things, by watching Mitzi Gaynor clips on YouTube. And it's the beginning of her 1969 television special. It's this beautiful black lacquered set. There's nothing on it, just these Superman stalactite things. And these 8 dancing guys come out one at a time. They're doing this little chug. They're not snapping their fingers. They're too cool for that. But they're dressed kind of like me, bigger bow ties, because it's 1969. And then Mitzi descends, standing on the swing, holding the sides, wearing this beautiful Bob Mackie, glittery, glamorous gown. And it's just so adult and mature and sexy, and they're all covered up. You know, the tuxes, and her gown has sleeves even. That's how glamorous these people are. It's like, it's kind of counterculture to the counterculture, you know, with the hippies and letting it all hang out, because there's nothing hanging out on Mitzi's stage. It is tight on Mitzi's stage. And so I was intrigued by the lyrics, you know, juxtaposed with that glamorous thing. And I thought, well, let me find the sheet music to this. And I found it. Music's by Baden Powell, and lyrics by Norman Gimbel. And I thought, God, that's a familiar name. Where do I know that? And I was like, oh yeah, it's beautiful Gilbert Bicot song, It Was Me. He wrote the lyrics to that too. So I'm thinking this Norman Gimbel's this esoteric lyricist. It's like wondering what other little hidden gems I can discover by Norman Gimbel. And not so hidden, but lots of gems. Going back to the early 50s, you have Ricochet Romance for Teresa Brewer, Sway for Dean Martin, Whale of a Tale for Kirk Douglas from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Canadian Sunset for Andy Williams, I Will Follow Him, Girl from Ipanema, How Insensitive, I Got a Name, I Will Wait for You, Watch What Happens, Killing Me Softly with his song, TV themes to Wonder Woman, Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, It Goes Like It Goes from Norma Rae. It's like, you know, it's kind of like discovering Norman Gimbel is kind of like wondering if that Oscar Hammerstein guy ever wrote anything besides This Was a Real Nice Clam Bake. It was like just a wealth of great tunes. And again on YouTube, after you're done watching Mitzi, you got to look for Norman Gimbel. There are 2 great clips of him that kind of bookend his career. First one's from 1958. He's on the game show Play Your Hunch, hosted by Merv Griffin. And on this episode, we have contestants have to figure out, after listening to a 15-second clip of the song Hound Dog, which one of the 3 men in front of them, Mr. X, Mr. Y, or Mr. Z, is the composer. Now, Mr. X was Jerry Lieber of Lieber and Stoller, and they in fact did write Hound Dog. It's a spoiler, I'm sorry about that. And Mr. Y was Burt Bacharach, and Mr. Z was Norman Gimbel. So here in 1958, not 1968, 1958, the beginning of their first successes of their careers, you had these 3 titans of pop music who are going to write so much great stuff in the 60s and 70s beyond. And what does Merv Griffin give them as a gift for appearing on Play Your Hunch? An Esterbrook Safari pen and pencil set with 32 retractable points. So I'd like to think these guys took these magic Merv Griffin pens and wrote all their great hits with this Esterbrook Safari pen and pencil set, that Merv bestowed his magic upon these 3 chosen songwriters. And the other clip is 53 years later. It's the summer of 2011. And Norman Gimbel is being interviewed by StarCam.com, whatever that is. And he's looking very hale and hearty. He's in his 80s now. He's got the slick back gray hair, a very tan, open neck shirt, beautifully tailored sport coat. And he's being interviewed by this beautiful brunette interviewer. And he's obviously quite taken with her. And it seems like he's quite taken with lots of women. He pulls someone in from out of camera. He's like, "How much do you love me?" And and she runs off. And so it's not, he didn't write Hound Dog, but he kind of lived it, you get the feeling from this. And so the interviewer is saying, "Okay, so Norman, you wrote Killing Me Softly with his song, Laverne and Shirley, Happy Days. What are you working on now?" And Norman says, "You." And she's, "Oh, you're so funny." And then Norman says, "I'm serious, and I'm dangerous." When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway, like the lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more, like a flower bending in the breeze. Bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I grow weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway, like the lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more, like a flower bending in the breeze. Bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I grow weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Make me thrill, you know how. Sway me now. Here comes the conquering hero, home on the victory train. At last, the conquering hero's here. Hail the conquering hero, hats off and into the air. Hail the conquering hero, look at those medals, look at those ribbons. Look at what our heroes won. There stands the conquering hero, chest high in glory and fame. This town is proud as a town can be. Hail the conquering hero, shoot off those 21 guns. Hail the conquering hero, look at that soldier, look at his blue eyes. Hail, 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 hail the brave native son. Conquering Hero was the second and last Broadway musical that Norman Gimbel ever wrote. He was born in Brooklyn, 1927, went to Baruch College, Columbia University, self-taught lyricist. He worked at the tail end of the Tin Pan Alley publishing houses in the late 40s, and in the 50s he was a protege of Frank Loesser. Now, Frank Loesser paired him with Moose Charlap. Moose Charlap had written some things for the Mary Martin Peter Pan, I Got a Crow, I Won't Grow Up. And they wrote a musical in 1958 called Whoop Up, the Indian Reservation musical. This wasn't a huge success. It ran for a little less than 2 months on Broadway, but there's an excellent original cast recording of this. It has that 1958 brassy, bright Broadway sound, so if you're ever craving that, and sometimes you do crave that, you should seek out this recording because it's really wonderful. But they were paired on another project, Conquering Hero, which sounded really promising. It's based on the Preston Sturges screenplay from World War II about the enlistee who's sent home because he has hay fever. But the people in his hometown, they think that he is this great wounded returning war hero. And they hold this ridiculous parade for him. And they coerce him into running for mayor before he can set everything straight. Now, for the Broadway musical, they cast Tom Poston. And he had just won an Emmy Award for doing the Man on the Street stuff from the Steve Allen Show, which is really funny stuff. So he was like this hot comedic property and really good casting for this. And the writer was Larry Gelbart, who wrote Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, MASH, and Tootsie. And the original director and choreographer was Bob Fosse. So it's kind of an intriguing, professional team and an interesting project. But something happened, out of town in Philadelphia. And Bob Fosse left the production. So it came to New York, but it only ran for 8 performances, then it went away, no cast recording. I'm going to sing 2 more songs from it. The most memorable thing to come from Conquering Hero was the Larry Gelbart quip. If Hitler is alive, I hope he's out of town with a musical. There's a kiss on the tip of my lips, and my heart tells me that kiss on the tip of my lips must be given to you. There's a hug in the curve of my arms, and my heart tells me that hug in the curve of my arms must be given to you. Come sit here near me, here where passion kindles. Quick, sit here near me before the passion dwindles. There's a love in the deep of my heart, and my heart tells me that love in the deep of my heart, together with that kiss on the tip of my lips, together with that hug in the curve of my arms, must be given to, must be given to you. No umbrellas in my future, only rainbows in my sky. Bye-bye bleak and doomy, dark and gloomy, charcoal gray skies. Hello sun and light and red and white and royal blue rainbow, gay skies. There's a new face in my mirror and a new beat in my heart. No more pouts and tears and doubts and fears from me forever. Only rainbows, skies full of rainbows, beautiful rainbows from now on. I'm laughing, dancing, singing, prancing, crazy, happy, 'cause my future's bright and sunny. Milk and honey, cake and clover, one big rainbow. Red and blue and green and gold and pink and purple from now on. All right, we go from the unheard to the ubiquitous now. After Conquering Hero, Norman Gimbel started working with a group of South American composers. And after the 32-bar world of the music publishers and then the stern toolage of Frank Lesser, he really reveled in this new atmosphere. And he when I compared him to Oscar Hammerstein before, it's kind of an apt comparison as far as pop music goes, because he would write these very evocative and yet accessible lyrics to these new bossa nova rhythms. And I think that's a large part of why these songs are still sung 50 years later. And I'm doing two with music by Antonio Carlos Jobim. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the boy from Ipanema goes walking, and when he passes, each one he passes goes, ah. When he walks, he's like a samba that sways so cool and swings so gentle that when he passes, each one he passes goes, ah. Oh, but I watch him so sadly. How can I tell him I love him? Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each day when he walks to the sea, he looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the boy from Ipanema goes walking, and when he passes I smile, but he doesn't see. No, he doesn't see. He just doesn't see. I must have seemed when he told me that he loved me. How unmoved and cold I must have seemed when he told me so sincerely. Must have asked, did I just turn and stare in icy silence? to say? What can you say when a love affair is over? Now he's gone away, and I'm alone with the memory of his last look. Vague and drawn and sad, I see it still, all his heartbreak in that last look. How he must have asked, could I just turn and stare in icy silence? What was I to do? What can one do when a love affair is over? I will follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, no mountain so high it can keep me away. I must follow him. Ever since he touched my hand, I knew that near him I always must be, and nothing can keep him from me. He is my destiny. I love him, I love him, I love him, and where he goes I'll follow, I'll follow, I'll follow. He'll always be my true love, my true love, my true love, from now until forever, forever, forever. I will follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, no mountain so high it can keep me away from my love. Follow him wherever he may go. No mountain so high it can keep me from my destiny. For I love him, I'll be with my true love and share 1,000 sunsets together beside him. I will follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, no mountain so high it can keep me away from my love. Follow him wherever he goes. Sabia, S-A-B-I-A. According to Wikipedia, a small bird, a rufous-bellied thrush, found in Central and South Brazil. I'll go back, I know now that I'll go back, that my place is there, and there it will always be, there where I can hear the song of a sabia. like a flower that doesn't grow. And maybe someone's love will speed the night, the lonely unwanted night that may bring me to the new day. I'll go back. I know now that I'll go back. They were not in vain, all the plans I made to deceive myself, all the roads I made just to lose myself, all the love I made to forget myself, all mistakes I made just to find myself. I'll go back. I know now that I'll go back, that my place is there, and there it will always be, there where I can hear the song of the sabia, of the sabia. Poor little sad little blue bluesette, don't you sigh, don't you fret. You can bet one lucky day you'll waken and your blues will be forsaken. One lucky day, lovely love will come your way. Long as there's love in your heart to share, dear bluesette, don't despair. Some blue boy is longing just like you to find a someone to be true to loving arms he can nestle in and stay. Get set, bluesette, true love is coming, your troubled heart soon will be humming. Love wrapped in rainbows and tied with pink ribbon to make your next springtime your gold wedding ring time. So dry your eyes, don't you pout, don't you fret, goody good times are coming, bluesette. Long as there's love in your heart to share, dear bluesette, don't despair. Some blue boy is longing just like you to find a someone to be true to. One lucky day, lovely love will come your way. That magic day, and it may just be today. Pretty little bluesette mustn't be a mourner Have you heard the news yet? Love is round the corner. You don't really want that. So Bluesette was written by Toots Thielemans, the Belgian jazz whistler, harmonicist, and guitarist. Yeah, it's a great thing. But what this shows about Norman Gimbel is how wonderfully adaptable he is. You know, because he worked with the song pluggers, the Broadway dudes, the South American guys, and the Belgian jazz cats. You know, he kind of had he's like a Zelig of lyricists. He had a real respect for everyone's talent. He didn't come with some kind of attitude about who he was. Like, he knew he was good, so he was able to absorb whatever musical atmosphere he was in. And he always said the lyric was the most important thing. He didn't care about the structure so much, because he knew all that. But he didn't have to be clever or anything. If the meter was off or something was a little bit off, it didn't matter to him because the lyric was right. So in 1970, he worked on the film H.R. Pufnstuf. Speaking of wonderful things. But that shows another aspect, because that was the first of many children's projects he worked on. And the composer for that was Charles Fox. And this is the beginning of the longest and most fruitful part of Norman Gimbel's career. And it's interesting how the commercial and the artistic kind of come together. It usually doesn't happen that way, right? But I'm doing 3 songs now. The first and the third have music by Charles Fox. The first one, Grammy for Song of the Year for them both. And the first and the third are both really identified with the performers, so much so that I thought the singers wrote these songs. I didn't know somebody else wrote them. And the second song in the middle there has music by David Shire, and it won the Academy Award for Best Song in 1980. I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had a style. And so I came to see him to listen for a while. And there he was, the young boy, a stranger to my eyes, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. He sang as if he knew me in all my dark despair. And then he looked right through me as if I wasn't there. But he was there, this stranger, singing clear and strong, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. Ain't no miracle being born, people doing it every day. Ain't no miracle growing up, people just grow that way. So it goes like it goes, like the river flows, and time keeps rolling on. And maybe what's good gets a little bit better, and maybe what's bad gets gone. Bless the child of a working man. She knows too soon who she is. Bless the hands of a working man. He knows his soul is his. So it goes like it goes, like the river flows, and time keeps rolling on. And maybe what's good gets a little bit better, and maybe what's bad gets gone. Like the north wind whistling down the line, I've got a song, I've got a song. Like the whippoorwill and the babies cry, I've got a song, I've got a song. And I carry it with me and I sing it loud. If it gets me nowhere, I'll go there proud. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. And I'm gonna go there free. Like the fool I am and I'll always be. I've got a dream, I've got a dream. They can change their minds, but they can't change me. I've got a dream, I've got a dream. And I know I could share it if you'd want me to. If you're going my way, I'll go with you. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Moving me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me. There's no caffeine, and wear a scarf and don't forget to button up. Once upon another time, I roamed the hills with Robin Hood. He was good, shoes are shine, nails are clean. Shut the door, close the light. 8-3, the Phillies win. And Brother Gordon writes from camp, he's got the runs. Sidney cries and Mama laughs, and Gordon loses 7 pounds. Yankees 9, Boston 5, and Hitler says the Jews are bad. And Tommy Dorsey's playing at the Astor Roof. Fish is good, it gives you iron, and Roosevelt is gone. where's Papa? So, where's Pa? That is the theme song from the 1970 Carl Reiner film, Where's Papa? It's set in New York. It's a very dark comedy. The plot concerns two brothers, George Siegel and Ron Liebman, who made a deathbed promise to their father that they would never put their mother in a home. The mother is Ruth Gordon, so it's kind of you kind of want her to be in a home. She's adorable, but so the big comic set piece of this film. Ron Liebman lives on the Upper East Side with his wife and children, and George Siegel and his mother live on the Upper West Side. So Ron Liebman is called over, so he runs across Central Park. It's 1970, so of course he's mugged. Like he's mugged every time he crosses Central Park by the same band of merry muggers, but this time he doesn't have any money, so they take his clothing. So he runs naked to his mother's apartment, like they run naked in the movies like this. I'm really naked. And so he goes to the apartment and conducts his business, and of course, they never acknowledge the fact in any way that he's naked. They just don't. So they do their business, whatever it is, and then at the end he's like, I need some clothes to get back across the park. So George Siegel gives him the gorilla suit he wore at the beginning of the film to try and scare Ruth Gordon to death. So that's enough for a dark comedy, right? But no, we get to see him going across Central Park again, stopped by the same band of muggers, but this time they force him upon a cross-dressing undercover police officer. So now it's a romantic dark comedy. And so the next day, the undercover police officer, he drops all the charges, sends him a dozen red roses and his phone number in the hopes that they can have a second date. So this is the kind of movie that Norman Gimbel has to write the lyrics for the theme song for. So what do you do with this? So in the first 90 seconds of the film, you got this lazy Jack Elliott shuffle thing going on, and the odd lyrics about the digestive problems, and that lyric that's just very difficult to sing about Hitler saying the Jews are bad. It's a tough one. But it gives you a feeling that something is really strange with this film. So it's actually an excellent little theme song. And Norman Gimbel wrote over 70 theme songs and TV themes as well. Going to do two more for you now. Second one is a TV theme. It's not much of a stretch to call it a feminist anthem, I don't think, to the little girls who listen to it. And the first one comes from the movie Star Spangled Girl, starring Sandy Duncan, as an aspiring Olympic swimmer who has romantic entanglements. Because when you're training for the Olympics, you have time for romantic entanglements. So the movie was not a big success. It was based on a Neil Simon play, but was not a big success. The song did okay, but it wasn't a big hit either until Marcia Brady, of all fictional people, took a liking to the singer and the song, and it has since become a standard. Because Marcia Brady is the tastemaker of a generation. Sorry, Jan, that's just the way it is. Girl, look what you've done to me and my whole world. Girl, you brought the sun to me with your smile. You did it, girl. I'm telling you, girl, something unknown to me makes you what you are, and what you are is all that I want for me. And it's good to feel that way, girl. Thank you, girl, for making the morning brighter, girl, for making the nighttime nicer, girl, for making a better world for me. Thank you, girl, for making the winter warmer, girl, for making the music softer, girl, for making a better world for me. All the world is waiting for you, and the power you possess. In your satin tights, fighting for your rights, and the old red, white, blue. Make a hawk a dove, stop a war with love, make a liar tell the truth. Stop a bullet cold, make the Axis fold, change their minds and change the world. So thank you, Norman Gimbel, for empowering all those young girls and future gay boys as they twirl around in front of their TV sets, watching Linda Carter vanquish evil from the four corners of the globe, listening to your wise and truthful words. Make a hawk a dove, stop a war with love, make a liar tell the truth. Stop a bullet cold, make the Axis fold, change their minds and change the world. Wonder Woman! Thank you, girl. Thank you. Since I'm thanking, let's thank the Wonder Woman of the back room at Don't Tell Mama, Randy, for servicing you all so nicely. There you go. And Jason Ellis on Light and Sound. Sydney Meyer for having me here. And I have to say this because there's someone here who we all love very, very much. And she's been an inspiration. It's silly to, I mean, it's not silly to say, but it's just so true. She just, everything that's good about cabaret is this woman, and her generous spirit and love, and it's just a wonderful thing. I'm so glad that I've been able to know her for these last 20 years, and I want to just say hello to Julie Wilson.
Hey, Julie!
And once again, please, on bass, the wonderful Jon Burr. And the man at the keyboard, he wrote all these arrangements, which are just, God, I love singing these things. They're just fantastic, and he plays beautifully. And he is a genius, like I said. He just is. It's Mr. Tex Arnold. And I gotta thank Norman Gimbel. He's still alive. He's 85, lives in Montecito, California. I hope he's getting some energy, you know, over on the West Coast there. I just have a few more for you. These next two are from a very melancholy but beautiful film, The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, with music by Michel, Legrand. If it takes forever, I will wait for you for 1,000 summers. I will wait for you till you're back beside me, till I'm holding you, till I hear you sigh here in my arms. Anywhere you wander, anywhere you go, every day remember how I love you so. In your heart believe what in my heart I know, that forevermore I'll wait for you. The clock will tick away the hours one by one, and then the time will come when all the waiting's done. The time when you return and find me here and run straight to my waiting arms. will wait for you till you're here beside me, till I'm touching you, and forevermore sharing your love. Let someone start believing in you. Let him hold out his hand. Let him touch you and watch what happens once someone who can look in your eyes and see into your heart. Let him find you and watch what happens. Cold. No, I won't believe your heart is cold. Maybe just afraid to be broken again. Let someone with a deep love to give that deep love to you, and what magic you'll see. Let him find you and watch what happens. Cold. No, I won't believe your heart is cold. Maybe just afraid to be broken again. Let someone with a deep love to give that deep love to you, and what magic you'll see. Let someone give his heart, someone who cares like me, someone who cares like me. Who's the one you would find on the beach every day, lying there on the shore while his friends swim away, lying there in the sand only inches from you, watching you every day till the summer was through? It was me. Who would help gather shells for the bracelets you made? Who would find you the cups for the pink lemonade? Who was always beside you whenever you'd swim? When you sat by the sea as the daylight grew dim? It was me. It was me. Now that summer is gone and the warm skies are cold, and the soft winds are crisp with their wintry chill, do you ever think back on the night when we kissed? Can you ever forget? I know I never will. Who's the one next to you in the group photograph? Who's the one with a face too unhappy to laugh? Standing there looking down so uncertain and shy, like a boy who's in love, so in love he could cry. It was me. It was you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Macauley.
Thank you so much. Just one more. Thanks. Come with me, my love, and seize the day and live it fully, live it fast. Never thinking once about tomorrow till tomorrow's been and gone and past. We'll pour the wine and fill the cup of joy and drink it, drink as if it were the last. Live, just live for life. In Paris today and Amsterdam tomorrow, 60 minutes through the skies. Fly with me to see the setting summer sun and stay with me to see it rise. And say to those who say to live this way is mad, that mad we'd rather be than wise. Live, just live for life. If you let me, I will lead you through the mystery and wonder of a world you've never known before. Share the splendors to be shared, magic places to explore, dare the dangers to be dared. Life is all of this and more, this and more. Yesterday's a memory gone for good forever, while tomorrow is a guess. What is real is what is here and now. The here and now is all that we possess. So take my hand and we will take the moment, if for just the moment's happiness. Live, just live for life. Come with me for where the hills are green and still and filled with flowers to adore. Come with me to where the laughter rings and drowns the pounding sounds of guns of war. Yes, come with me, my love, and live for life, and life will live for you forevermore. Live, just live for life. Live, just live for life. Live, just live for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks everyone for coming out and seeing the show tonight. We ask that after you settle up with Randy, if you would meet with Mr. Macauley in the piano bar, as this room closes after the show.